I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at Weapon X issue number 1. What happens when demons from Wolverine's past resurface to make his life hell all over again? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? So, as we join the comic, old man Logan is doing, well, you know, Wolverine-y type things, hanging out in the woods, getting to be one with nature, wearing flannel shirts, basically being a ruggedy woodsman-y type. While Logan is in such a good mood, he even helps out a pair of hikers who got themselves lost in the mountains. Only wait, they're not harmless hikers at all, they're actually a pair of murderous cyborgs out for mutant blood. These two robots are dangerous for a couple reasons. One, they were able to trick Wolverine's godlike super senses into making him believe they weren't a threat, and on top of that, they're jabbing him with adamantium claws. Claws that Wolverine notes are very similar not only to his own, but to another Weapon X alumni, Lady Deathstrike. Deathstrike, who if you read the X-Men Prime issue that came out before this one, you saw her get kidnapped by a new group calling themselves Weapon X and led by a woman who was seemingly immortal. So right now this all sounds pretty familiar, I'm guessing, if you read a lot of comics, especially if you read a lot of Wolverine comics. Logan himself even opines on how this has happened to him before. What's this new Weapon X's game? Well, as we quickly discover, it's a lot like the old Weapon X, and that seems to be create mutant super weapons. However, instead of bringing the old Weapon X cast under their control, they want to get just enough DNA so they can clone some new ones. Old man Logan is going to need some help if he wants to battle against this new Weapon X and their killer robots, but instead of going to, oh, I don't know, the X-Men for help, wherein he is a member over in X-Men Gold, he instead decides to kill two birds with one stone and meet the cyborgs off at the pass, going for a person who he's almost certain they will be after in time. That person turns out to be none other than Victor Creed, aka Sabretooth. Logan and Sabretooth fight, which of course makes me question, is Sabretooth a good guy or a bad guy at this point? Remember, he was on an Uncanny Avengers team and on the more anti-hero-centric Uncanny X-Men before the whole big X-Men shakeup. He's wearing his longer, more traditional bad guy hair, so I'm gonna jump to the conclusion that he still might be a bad guy. It seems that Victor had a run-in with the robots, same as old man Logan, and they diced him up pretty bad. So much to the point he's been laying low and waiting for his organs and skin to reform themselves. Logan says that if they want to defeat these guys, they're going to have to work together, but he also says that they've pretty much had this conversation a million other times before. You know, that they hate each other, that they have no reason to trust one another, and if they did team up, it would only be for a short amount of time before they would eventually end up killing each other all over again. Luckily, they don't have to have this conversation for too long, however, because old man Logan went out of his way to make sure the killer cyborgs knew he was there and to follow after him, and that's pretty much where the comic ends right there. So there you have it, everyone. Weapon X number 1 from 2017, and it's certainly not going to be winning any points for originality. I could point to at least 5 other X-Men and Wolverine stories this setup reminds me of, and I'm sure more hardcore X-Men fans out there could point to even more than that. But hey, just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's bad. I found a warm, homey quality with this story, something I can't really say about X-Men books over the last little while. Pak definitely has a way around grizzled characters, and Old Man Logan and Sabretooth sound pretty much exactly in the book as they've always sounded in my head, which I appreciate. Art's consistent too. It's really the story that's kind of the problem here. It moves at a very deliberate pace, and you know, God help you if you were hoping to see the entire Weapon X team assembled here in the first issue. No, they look to be going the slow and steady route on this one, with Wolverine and assumedly Sabretooth recruiting new members of their team each individual issue, which, I mean, is not a bad place for a first arc to start. At the end of the day, I would say this book was harmless. In fact, I would even say it lands a little on the better side for me personally, which is why I would give it a 7 out of 10. I'm willing to stick with this one for a little longer, not because I believe in the new shaked up X-Men universe or anything, but because I like Pak, I like Old Man Logan, I like Sabretooth, and I want to at least see what this new Weapon X program has going for it, especially because it seemed like at the end of Death of Wolverine, really that Weapon X was done too, so hey, you know, sky's the limit, am I right? Well, there you have it, everyone, a new X-Men-centric book on the books. As always, to keep up to date on everything that's going on in the world of comics, not just X-Men, be sure to check out some of the videos I have here on offer from the channel, but moreover than that, when you want to know when new videos videos are coming out, there's no better way to do that than to head down to the description of this very video you're watching right now and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and all that other good stuff to stay up to date. And hey, while you're down there, if you want to get a good deal on comic books in trade, might I recommend bookdepository.uk. It is no joke my favorite place to buy comics in trade. But moreover than that, any book you buy via my link down in the description, a small percentage of your purchase goes to support me. You get a nice book, I get to keep making these videos, everyone wins, I tell ya. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye.